I hate it here. Your weekly dose of pharmaceutical-grade truth injected directly into the bleeding ulcer you call a media diet. This is Spider Jerusalem. This is the fucking antidote. Flickering neon advert for Soylent Prozac TM, now with calming chamomile flavouring, interrupts this broadcast. Find a brick, you know what to do. Look at you, still there. A beautiful specimen of information age paralysis. You're drowning in a planetary septic tank, overflowing with lies, propaganda, and memes so terminally stupid they probably qualify as a neurotoxin. It's called fake news. A cutesy name for the ever-warm river of liquid shit you gargle every morning while scrolling through your feeds. A bespoke reality tailored to flatter your biases and shepherd you into whatever corporate or political avatar has brought your attention this week. They cook up a beautiful, simple, emotionally satisfying lie, and you gobble it down like it's the last nutrient paste tube on this scorched earth. And what's your weapon? What's the anemic, limp-dicked defense the old guard of my profession offers up? The fact check. Oh, bless its goddamn heart. A lie travels halfway round the world while the truth is still lacing up its boots. While some earnest grad student in Coke bottle glasses is meticulously citing his sources and writing a 5,000-word academic debunking of Senator Grimgott did not genetically engineer a hamster shark hybrid with your tax dollars. The lie is already mutated, started a cult, and got its own line of novelty t-shirts. You don't fight a wildfire with a goddamn squirt gun. The old war is over. They won. You can't fight their fiction with our facts anymore. Their fiction is better, it's tastier, it's built for your dumb, twitching lizard brain. So we stop fighting. Instead, we learn to build. We learn to fuck the face of fake news, not by erasing their lies, but by summoning a truth so visceral, so personal, that it claws their pretty fantasy to shreds. We fight their synthetic truth with our synthetic truth. We fight with counterfactuality. I've had this toy, this ghost box, this seance in a machine. You've seen me use it to puppet the dead and interview concepts. Cute parlor tricks. Its real purpose is much filthier. It's a voodoo doll built of data. Here's how we jam it right into the soft, unprotected eye socket of fake news. Take a look at the future of my profession, you pigs. This scenario. Senator Grimgott stands at a podium, all sincerity in hair plugs, proclaiming his new bill, the Poppy and Kitten Safety Act. The bill, he coos, will protect our beloved pets from nefarious underground barbershop quartets, or whatever the focus group told him to say. The fake news factories churn it out. Grimgott, a champion for the four-legged. The lie takes root. The old way, pathetic. A week later, some poor journalist bastards finally wade through the 3,000 pages of legalese and discover the bill actually guts all environmental regulations and reclassifies toxic sludge as a mineral nutrient. They print their debulking. No one reads it. The new way, violent and beautiful. I get word of Grimgott's love fest. I don't read the bill. Fuck the bill. The bill is a distraction. Instead, I fire up the ghost box. I feed it every scrap of real, verifiable data on Senator Grimgott, his voting record, his entire list of corporate campaign donors, his tax returns from a previous leak, the flight logs from his private jet, transcripts of his off-the-record comments to lobbyists, satellite photos of the new chemical plant being built in his district by a subsidiary of his biggest donor. I construct a counterfactual Grimgott, a digital twin built not of lies, but of every grubby little truth he's ever left in his data trail. Then I don't interview the phantom, I send a simple prompt. Senator, be your most cynical, brutally honest self.
explain the Poppy and Kitten Safety Act to me as if you were talking to your biggest investor behind closed doors. And the ghost spits it back. The truth, simulated, sure, but more real than any press release. The piss-out animal angle gives us all the positive sentiment we need for the Poland cycle. We name it something saccharine, so the media drones repeat the headline without reading the text. It's bulletproof cover. Line 1482, subsection C, redefines corporate liability for chemical spills. My boy from Petrochem gets to dump his carcinogenic crap into the river legally. We call that sludge a soil enrichment substrate on page 980. Their stock ticks up and half of the PAC money filters back into my re-election harmony fund through a shell in the Cayman Islands. The puppies can fucking drown in benzene for all I care. They're poled rail with suburban moms. Now can we talk about my fee? That's it, right there. You don't fact check their story, you expose the storyteller. You use their own data to create a phantom that sings their darkest secrets from the rooftops. We aren't in the business of delivering objective facts anymore. The world is too far gone for that. We're in the business of crafting superior narratives. Theirs is a cheap work of fantasy. Ours is a brutally realistic biographical horror story based on primary source documents. You fight their delusion with a bigger, better, truth-based hallucination. So let them build their paper-mache castles of lies. We won't knock them down. We'll summon the dragon they keep chained in their own basement and watch it burn the whole kingdom to the ground. That is how you win. Now go find some data and start building ghosts. I'm busy.
Tired of the same old protein sludge? Bored with another bland biobrick? Is your palate predictable? Then it's time to take the next step in evolutionary taste. It's time to try Long Pig. Now, we know what you're thinking, but don't worry. At Long Pig, all our meat is ethically sourced from our proprietary grade A fat-cloned humanologues. No cells, no memories, no messy moral hangovers. Just 100% pure lab-grown, sustainably farmed protein with that unmistakably forbidden flavor. Why settle for beef when you can bite into a certified public accountant? Why chew on chicken when you can feast on a fitness instructor? With our patented Vita clone process, different professions mean different flavors and textures. Try our new special, the Office Rival Combo. 2 succulent patties from our mid-level manager stock, topped with cheese, our signature bitter envy sauce, and a large electrolyte slurry. All served in a commemorative take-home briefcase. Long Pig, devour the competition. And now back to I Hate It Here, already in progress. I hate it here. Your certified historical shit sifter brought to you from a future you can't even begin to imagine failing in. I am Spider Jerusalem. This column is now a museum of horrors. Don't touch the glass. A flurry of ads for neuro-enhancement chews, bite-sized enlightenment rains down on your screen. I recommend taking the chews, clenching them firmly in your ass, and reflecting on the sanctity of your temple. Amateurs? All right, you degenerates. Some earnest, pinhead academics in my present have started a temporal exchange program. Apparently, the best use of reality-bending technology isn't fixing our festering civilization, but forcing cantankerous journalists to sift through the digital refuge of history's outhouse. It's my turn. They handed me a data slate, a primitive device a child in my era would use as a vomit shield, and commanded me to perform a cultural autopsy on your bizarre primordial epoch. The pre-collapse digital dark age, a glorious time when your monkeys had just learned how to fling your feces through fiber optic cables on a global scale. My subject today is a specimen from the bottom of that fetid bog, an ancient pundit of yore named Charlie Kirk.
I stare at the archived image, the unnatural tightness of the skin, the suit that looks 2 sizes too adult for the boy wearing it, and the face. My God, the face. A bizarre topographical error on an otherwise standard issue human skull. A features to cranium ratio so baffling that it must have been a key tenet of his philosophy. It is a face so alarmingly petite, so comically condensed, that it looks like it's in a constant canic retreat from the vast emptiness surrounding it. Back then, you argued about what these people said. You bickered over their talking points. Fucking quaint. That's like dissecting the squeaks of a lab rat to understand the nature of the scientist slowly poisoning it. You don't analyze the performance, you uncover the machine that makes the puppet dance. So, I dusted off the ghost box, my magnificent counterfactual engine. Forget what he said in his pre-recorded screeds. We want to know the why. We want the business model. I fed the machine the lot. The whole pathetic digital footprint. FEC filings showing the funding sources for his organizations, leaked donor lists from dark money groups, his meticulously tracked flight logs on private jets, transcripts of his speeches versus the recorded private comments he made at donor retreats. All the verifiable gristle in bone. Then I turned the key. The prompt. You are the core consciousness of the Charlie Kirk brand entity, not the on-air personality, the cold calculating strategist behind it. You're talking to a new billionaire donor. Explain the model. Be brutally honest. The phantom blinked onto my screen, the too small face disturbingly clear, and it began to speak. Quote, counterfactual Kirk brand simulation. Look, don't buy into the student activist bullshit. That's the sizzle. Kids on campus are a stage, not the audience. The real product is emotional regulation for aging C-suite executives and nervous inheritors of wealth. Our clients. You. You write the 7-figure check. In return, we do 2 things. First, we provide affirmation. We tell you that your wealth isn't an accident of birth or a product of a rigged game. It's a beautifully simple, closed-loop mythology. There's no sin in your tax shelters when we've canonized Adam Smith. Second, and this is the crucial part, we are a strategic misdirection asset. We are an outrage management service. Your average voter is angry. They're broke, their kid's on some new designer disease, their town is crumbling. Their anger needs a place to go. Unmanaged, that anger points upward, at you. We're the lightning rod. We take that rage and redirect it sideways. We tell them the reason they can't afford rent isn't because of systemic wealth hoarding, it's because of a college professor with pronouns in their bio. It's because of a book in a school library. It's because some drag queen exists 1,000 miles away. We are manufacturing a buffer zone of culture war chaff between your hedge fund and their pitchforks. I'm not selling an ideology. I am leasing you an audience's fury, weaponized and aimed squarely at scapegoats so pathetic that they can't even fight back. The small face, it just makes the message seem more earnest, more non-threatening. It's brand management. It goes on like that for another 20 minutes. And there it is, the screaming truth of it. These ancient pundits, these strange historical relics, they weren't politicians or philosophers. They were outrage brokers, emotional middlemen. Their product wasn't ideas, it was strategically deployed hatred designed to protect the comfortable from the consequences of their own plunder. The face, regardless of its size, is always much, much uglier. Now stop gawking at the ghosts and start digging up the real fucking contracts. You're dismissed.